Okay, so this is a series of exercises to work on the shoulder, and Nick is doing the first one. So what you can see is that he's interlocked his hands like this, like that, and if you turn to the side, so what's important in all of these exercises is that you are looking for the baskets being in line, so that you feel the hips are parallel, and the shoulders parallel. If you turn again, Nick. So in that position, you can see Nick's shoulder here is up. So I'm going to ask Nick to try to drop that shoulder. And okay, so if you turn to the other side again, and also to make sure that this is back. So this is what really works the exercise. Head up. And what really works the exercise is you can get into this position in really uncomfortable ways, where the chest box is thrown forward or the pelvis is retracted. It's important that you don't do that. So we're looking to drop this shoulder and at the same time bring this back. And with the partner, you can actually help rotate here to assist that. Okay. Both sides, and then Nick goes down, bows down, and tries to keep the same position in his shoulder. And as he does that, what's happening is this shoulder again is to accommodate the stretch. This shoulder is trying to curl in, so he's again got to bring the shoulder back and this through here. And again, you can help your partner to do that. Okay, thank you, Nick. And back. And then back in the same way. Again, trying to keep the body straight. And Nick had a tendency to try and turn the body, so just check with your partner that it's parallel. Okay, thank you. Okay, so with this exercise, it's good to recognise which muscles we're actually working with. The muscles that we're really looking to stabilise the back are the rhomboids. The rhomboid. So when Jo pinches her rhomboids, the shoulders retract, and you get this pinch between the shoulder blades, and also because the fibres are coming this way down, it brings the shoulders down. Okay, so Jo's going to do the second exercise. So it's getting the hands to create a gaucho in the back, and again, what we're looking for is that the shoulders are horizontal, that they're not, that one is not pushing higher than the other, and also that this is back. Also, if you look from the side, it's important to make sure again that the head is up, and to do that, if you look at this point here, so that becomes long. So really reach there, make that long, so you get this extension through here, which avoids this tendency to create that sort of shape, a sort of hump here. So these muscles going down there, and also to make sure you're in a horse posture so that the pelvis is relaxed. And then also important with this is, if you look in here, that this little cavity isn't a cavity, that these hands are pushed together. So Jo goes down and back in the same way that Nick did before. And again, you're looking to make sure that with both of these, again, that there's no twist. And you can see there's a slight twist with Jo there, and she needs to just adjust it. Thank you. I'm going to use the towel. And the reason for this is that what we want to do is elevate this area of the back. And in most people, that's about 7th thoracic. If you were wearing a bra, then usually the bra strap comes somewhere. Sounds a little bit now. It's about there. So, and that length in most people is the same length as from the elbow to this joint here. So you can make a roll like this that measures that length, and then that's going to lie so that the edge of this is resting on that 7th thoracic vertebra, which will encourage this to open up. And then when that's in place, we're going to do some stretches to open up the chest box. And you can see what has happened, that this is stretching. It actually needs to go a bit further down there. It needs to be right on the edge of her back, rather than... That's it. So that the top of the towel is resting on a bone just at the back here. It's the biggest bone at the top of the back, just before the neck. Okay, so with this exercise, you can see that the pressure from the hands is pushing down and forward, and it's on the shoulder muscles rather than on the arms. So this is pushing the chest box down onto the towel and opening up the chest box, and this means that your partner can breathe into this stretch. You can see that the arm is down at an angle for the first one. For the second one, Coralie moves her arms out to parallel, and this is more of an open stretch. Okay, and the pressure is applied in the same place, but slightly more downwards. Okay, so with this exercise, the hands are brought together above the head again in gaucho, and held there whilst the elbows are pressed down. This helps open up the armpits. And then, again, trying to push your palms together. The person who's being stretched tries to push their palms together as much as possible with this exercise. Okay, so once that's been held in that position for a little while, then the partner moves away and gradually draws the arms towards them until they're fully extended, and then places pressure directly downwards. This time it's much more of an angle, straight down, and it's a little bit more into the armpit now. You can see that the pressure is much more into the armpit rather than on top of the shoulder. And again, this position's held for, with each of these positions, held for 3 to 5 breaths. Okay, with this exercise, this is the second exercise after the swallow. After you've been practicing the swallow for a time, you can work on this exercise. And this is a sort of development from it. So with this exercise, it's important to make sure that you've got a straight neck. That means that this point here, it feels as though it's lifted up, and that your pelvis and your chest box are straight before you begin. And again, it's important that the fingers are lower than the shoulders, so that's fine. And it's important now that Jo pinches between her shoulder blades and do the exercise. And it's very important that this is held, this pinch is held, both on the push forward and the push back. You can see it's slightly releasing at the back end. And as people get tired, this pinch disappears, and that's when they need to go back and do the swallow. Make sure as your partner's doing this that they're keeping their elbows in, so that the weight's not being taken through this area, but is being taken through this area. And you want to do a combination of, with the swallow and this exercise, you want to do a combination of about 30. You would start with this exercise, do as many as you want to do, and then move on to the swallow to do the remainder.